glass cutter to be able to cut pieces like this, and how you can do it too. And today I want to show you a way how you should not use your grinder, but if you do, it will be very effective. We're gonna grind down these little corners here, and I've saved this piece especially for this video. So we're zooming in on this piece only. It's like per usual since last video. I set a timer. Let's start it right now. So I don't talk on and on and start ranting about everything that has to do with glass or creativity. Again, another video about Heroes Never Die, the project I'm doing with oceanside tiles and glass. So of course this is oceanside glass. And before I start grinding and share you more about how we are gonna sand this down as we did with this piece. A little bit more information about the setup. Switching cameras now. So I'm working with two grinders at the same time from two different brands. I find that they both have a different quality, so this is why I have both. So they both have their own forte, like they're strong in different areas. So together they have both strengths. Which is why the cameras are both here behind me, and which is also why it's not focused on the Ironman that's laying here. So let me just show you a little bit where we are now. I think I'm getting confused with this part. Yeah, I know, something like this. So we're almost complete cutting and sanding down this piece. It's just the hand and just the small rough parts like these that still need to be sanded down. Alright, let's zoom in on our grinder. So this one is the grinder, and this one is the Crystal 2000S, which I think mainly people in Europe use, from Inland and from Techniglas. So they're both different machines, but they're both just wonderful in their own way. And both have the option, let me just tilt this downward just a little bit. Both the grinding systems have the option to use smaller bits. So with the grinder there's this table you can put on here, and then you can also work with small bits on top, and with the Cristal. It's just sitting here on top, and there are multiple bits. This is one, let me get another. And these are the two sizes I like to use. Due to the fact that I need to install another table here, get rid of this one, add another ring and pour water in it, I don't use it that much, which is why I have a Crystal sitting next to it, because this is ready to use. So I'm constantly switching between two kinds of grinders. Yeah, but of course this one comes with a light, which is very convenient. And for the Crystal I've set up a light here, which I also use to video this from Elgato. So it's really a perfect light for streaming. So we're switching cameras because else you're just looking at my back. Let me just take a quick cup of coffee, sip from a coffee. I really am pleased with this mug. I got this yesterday from friends, and yeah, it's just great, right? Who doesn't love Mario? Me especially, as a Stenlos geek. So 15 minutes to go, 16. Again, just a little bit of coffee, and then we're gonna talk about how we can use these small bits, and how you can too, and I'm using them not as you're supposed to. Please be cautious at all times. Don't end up in a dangerous situation. They're not heavy machinery, so it should be fine. But yeah, it's always the safest is always to to be aware of the fact that it can be a little bit dangerous. So just be careful and be well. I guess the word is vigilant, right? So yeah, be wary. All right. Coffee, switching the camera, and then we can start using these grinders. Ah, nice. All right. So top view. I can move in a little bit closer. I think that might be a bit better because we really want to see up close what we're doing here. How's this for a view? Okay, so talking about the downside first. These little bits, they can be put on here, right? So those are great, but they come with a little screw that will attach it here. But because it's all turning, these screws, they just end up flying out of their sockets and you don't ever find them again, in my case. So they are a bit loose. So that's just the only hazard I'm thinking of by saying stay vigilant. Please be careful if you use this, and they are well unscrewed. They tend to go up and up and up a little bit depending on the pressure you're giving it while grinding. So you don't want this to launch off the socket here. So that's the only thing, be careful. And this might help to keep it wet with a sponge, but also keep it in place. So before we start, let me just pour a little bit of water and see how... Alright, so this is what we want to see. We want to see it spill a little bit of water, then we have enough. So we're zooming in on the inland grinding machine at the moment. You can see it's loose, so that's something to be aware of. This shouldn't be the case because normally there's the screw you can attach and then it should be better, but in my experience those fly off. So there's also noise going to happen in this video, so you also want to dial down your volume, I think. And stupidly enough, I again forgot my mic, so sorry. I even wearing a shirt with like a polo, so I could have worn it. But yeah, sorry. So this is the piece we're gonna sand down, and first I will cut away a little bit, as much as I can, and then we're gonna zoom in on creating the straight angle as I did before with this piece. So let me just get a glass cutter real quickly. And sneak a little coffee. Still doing my morning routines here, so alright. Pliers. Okay, great. So we start here below. This is I don't know, a 28 mil, I think, 25 millimeters diameter, and we're sanding down as much as we can with the bigger part first. Alright. Again, this is also not how you're supposed to do it. I like to keep it in my hands. It's advised to use it like this, but I have way more control if I keep it in my hands, and I can actually feel if the lines are straight or not, so, or curved. depending what you need. So this is, I think this would be my recommendation. Try this. Again, with vigilance, be careful. You don't want to do risky stuff, but in my experience, keeping it in your hand gives you more control over the piece, and you can really sand it down very, very precise. Okay. Moving on towards the corner. So, if you can see, the diameter of the bottom part is not enough to get into this corner. This one will not be big and will not be small enough too, but it's way much smaller, so we'll do much better with the smaller bit. So I keep a wedge sponge against the bit so it cools. Sorry for the noise, but it's kind of important for this video. And I thought of showing this because I received many questions on social media in the past few years I've been doing this regarding the smaller bits. So I figured in this video I can show you how I use it. So when more questions arrive, I can just direct them to this video and share this little technique here. Okay, so I'm smoothing it from both sides. To make sure I don't end up going way too far in one or the other direction. Alright. So it should mimic this part for a bit, and as you can see, the corner is not as square as the other piece yet. Can we see this? Oh, sorry, I should keep my hands a little bit more in this direction. Okay, so you can see difference, right? So this is where we start misusing the bit. And I'll start turning the piece. Is this in screen? Let me move a little bit closer like this. So I'm using the straight side of this column here to straighten this out, and the flat surface there to flatten this out. On one side of the glass, turn, and then use it on the other side of the glass. So it's a very simple trick, but you can see it's getting a corner right now. It's getting more square. Really need to straighten this line though. Better. Not there yet. There we go. I think this is what I wanted to show you. And then, of course, we need to make it fit this part. So this is also how you can make pieces fit very precise. Just use them together and you can see when it's fitting well or not. If it needs a bit more of sanding, and if the corner like this is how it should be, then you can sand them together. So again, advice is not to do this because of, I don't know, safety, but as you can see, these fit perfectly right now, apart from the top part. But yeah, this is how you can really sand down the pieces to perfection and to be very precise. In your glass work. little bit more. There we go. So I think it's supposed to be like this. Yeah. Just to show you for reference. I'll be turning it off now. Sorry for the noise, but just for reference, just look at how nice this fits. Need just a little bit more sanding on the top. This arch is not as it should be, so I'm just getting rid of this little dent here. I hope this is well. This is good in, this is in camera, good in view. Okay. So now it's just, I should sand this one down and then we have a perfect fit. So if we zoom in on this part, I mean, this is cool, right? So this is how I make sure those lines line up. Sanding multiple pieces at once, using the corner of a smaller bit. And the same applies to the larger bit. So I think this is 8 millimeters and this might be 3. And yeah, those I like to use a lot. In fact, this is actually a drill, so it's a double system. But I forgot to order in more smaller bits than this one, so I ended up using something similar yet a little bit different. Looking at the time, we have 3 more minutes to go. So this explains a little bit how certain corners are sanded. So here's another one. So here we have this straight angle down here. That's how I work in those shapes. And this is how you can do too. So let's not wait for the alarm to go off. Let me end this video because like I said last time, I will be posting more. So I don't want to give you the feeling you need to watch like many hours once you've missed one of these. I haven't been able to check the YouTube live yet, so if you have left a comment, thank you, great. I'll return with an answer within a few minutes. And if you think this information really is valuable to you, please consider giving this video a like, leaving a comment. Those are all small interactions which don't cost anything, but just a little bit of your time, and they will make all the difference to gain reach, to find more people for who this information might be valuable. Today marks the day that we have crossed we arrived at 900 subscribers to this channel, so that's wonderful. We're just 100 away from 1,000, which is one of the perks we need to start monetizing this channel. Obviously that's not the goal, but it will help maybe in the long term. That being said, another perk of achieving this would be to gain 4,000 viewing hours. So we still have a long way to go. But yeah, these live videos and recording like this with the multiple angles here is just for me the perfect tool to be able to reach you. So please make use of this. Leave me a comment below if you like this information, if this is a trick you really want to try out yourself. And if you have other things you come across that I might think of a solution for. So please make use of me being here like once or twice a week to discuss projects at hand or sharing tips and tricks. or wonderful video game or geeky coffee mugs. I mean, if I would have a hobby next to playing video games and working with glass, it would be collecting these mugs. So enjoy the video. I'll see you next time. Have a great day or evening or night. And yeah, stay tuned because I'm about to finish this Ironman today. I think we'll add some more paint, and I think it's down to maybe shaping the last 20 pieces, and then we're ready to go. So I'm really looking forward to show you the end results. There we have it. Alright, I'll see you next video. Bye bye.